Kaiyō was an escort carrier operated by the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. The ship was originally built as the ocean liner Argentina Maru.She was purchased by the IJN on 9 December 1942, converted into an escort carrier, and renamed Kaiyō. The ship was primarily used as an aircraft transport, escort carrier and training ship during the war. She was badly damaged by repeated air attacks in July 1945 and was scrapped in 1946–48. Description: the ship was ordered as the fast luxury passenger liner Argentina Maru by Osaka Shozen Kaisha in 1938. In exchange for a subsidy of her building costs by the Navy Ministry, she was designed to be converted to an aircraft carrier. Argentina Maru was completed in 1939 and rated at 12,755 gross registered tons. After being rebuilt, the ship had a length of 155 meters overall. She had a beam of 21.9 meters and a draft of 8.04 meters. She displaced 13,600 tons at standard load. As part of her conversion, her original diesel engines, which had given her a top speed of 21.5 knots, were replaced by a pair of destroyer-type geared steam turbine sets with a total of 52,000 shaft horsepower, each driving one propeller. Steam was provided by 4 water tube boilers, and Kaiyō now had a maximum speed of 23 knots. She carried enough fuel oil to give her a radius of 7,000 nautical miles. Her crew numbered 829 officers and men. The ship's flight deck was 72 feet wide, and Kaiyō had a single hangar, served by 2 aircraft elevators, mounted on the centerline. She was not built with an island and could operate 24 aircraft. The ship's primary armament consisted of 840 caliber 12.7 cm Type 89 anti-aircraft guns in twin mounts on sponsons along the sides of the hull. They fired 23.45 kg projectiles at a rate between 8 and 14 rounds per minute at a muzzle velocity of 700 to 725 meters per second at 45 degrees. This provided a maximum range of 14,800 meters, and a maximum ceiling of 9,400 meters. Kaiyō was also initially equipped with 8 triple 25 mm Type 96 light AA guns, also in sponsons along the sides of the hull. They fired 25 kg projectiles at a muzzle velocity of 900 meters per second at 50 degrees. This provided a maximum range of 7,500 meters, and an effective ceiling of 5,500 meters. The maximum effective rate of fire was only between 110 and 120 rounds per minute due to the frequent need to change the 15-round magazines. In early July 1944, 20 single 25 mm guns were added as rate depth charges. Some sources say that a number of 28-round AA rocket launchers were added in late 1944. Each 12-cm rocket weighed 22.5 kilograms and had a maximum velocity of 200 meters per second. The maximum range was 4,800 meters. Early warning was provided by Type 2 Mark Chapter 2, Model 1 air search radar that was installed on the side of the flight deck in November 1943. Service history: Argentina Maru was initially used for troop transport after the beginning of the Pacific War in December 1941. The ship began conversion at Nagasaki on 10 December 1942, the day after she was purchased. After the conversion was completed on 23 November 1943, she was renamed Kaiyō. Her initial duties were to transport aircraft to Japanese overseas bases. Her first such task was to ferry aircraft for the 23rd Air Flotilla to Singapore via Manila in January 1944 as part of Convoy I-33. On her return journey, the ship transported aircraft of the 551st Air Group to Truk. On 10 February, en route to Truk from Palau, the submarine permit made a night attack on Kaiyō, but the torpedoes missed. Kaiyō was briefly refitted between the 23rd of February and the 2nd of March and was assigned to the 1st Surface Escort Division on the 17th of March. She escorted Convoy I-57 to Singapore via Taiwan and Indochina in April. She escorted Convoy I-58 on the return voyage. One of her aircraft spotted the submarine Robalo on the surface behind the convoy. The submarine was damaged by the escorts, but escaped. In late May, Kaiyō formed part of the escort for Convoy I-65, together with the escort carrier Shinyo, bound for Singapore. One of the escorts was torpedoed en route and two of the merchantmen collided while trying to dodge the other torpedoes. The rest of the convoy arrived at Singapore on the 12th of June. Kaiyō was assigned to Fast Convoy I-66 for the return voyage and reached Japan on the 26th of June. She was briefly docked at Kaiyō Naval Arsenal in early July to have more 25mm AA guns fitted. Together with the escort carrier Taiyo, Kaiyō was loaded with aircraft bound for the Philippines to be delivered in Convoy I-69. They departed on the 13th of July and arrived a week later. The convoy left Manila 4 days later and reached Japan on the 1st of August. The ship's machinery broke down as she was preparing to join another convoy on the 4th of August and she was transferred to Sasebo. On the 25th of October, Kaiyō ferried a dozen transport aircraft to Keelung, Taiwan, and arrived at Kaiyō on the 2nd of November. The ship was assigned to escort Convoy I-83 to Singapore via Taiwan and Hainan Island on the 25th of November and arrived on the 13th of December. En route, she was assigned to the 1st Escort Fleet on the 10th of December, while returning to Japan with Convoy I-84 later that month. Kaiyō was attacked and missed by the submarine Dace on the 31st of December. After arriving at Moji on the 13th of January 1945, the ship was transferred to Kaiyō and assigned to pilot training in the Inland Sea. On the 19th of March 1945, while moored at Kaiyō, Kaiyō was attacked by an American carrier aircraft from Task Force 58. She was hit in the port engine room by a bomb that started fires and caused some flooding. The ship started to list and was moved into shallow water near Itajima Island lest she sink. On the 20th of April she was assigned to serve as a target ship for kamikaze crews. Kaiyō resumed her pilot training duties a month later and hit a mine on the 18th of July with only minor damage. 6 days later, she was attacked as part of a renewed aerial campaign against remaining Japanese warships, and hits were attributed to Fleet Air Arm aircraft from the British Pacific Fleet. While attempting to avoid the attack, she also struck a mine. The ship was towed overnight to Beppu Bay and deliberately grounded the following morning to prevent her from sinking. The ship was attacked again on the 28th of July by American carrier aircraft that knocked out the ship's power and stopped her pumps. Kaiyō was also hit by 18 rockets and a total of 20 crewmen were killed by the attacks. The damage caused her to ground again with a list to port. The next day she was attacked again by B-25J Mitchell medium bombers of the 5th Air Force as well as by aircraft from the carrier Ticonderoga. The amount of damage inflicted by these attacks, if any, is unknown, but they did cause the ship's captain to abandon attempts to repair the ship. He ordered that the boilers be flooded with seawater and the machinery coated in oil to better preserve it. Some crewmen were left aboard to man the AA guns. Low-level airstrikes by Okinawa-based B-25J Mitchells of the United States Army Air Force's 38th Bomb Group on the 9th of August further damaged the carrier, despite extensive use of camouflage netting and foliage. The following day, the ship's list increased and she was ordered abandoned. Kaiyō was struck from the Navy list on the 20th of November and scrapped in place from the 1st of September 1946 and the 30th of January 1948 by Nissan Salvage.